Hi, first and second grade. In the last art class, we learned about quilts from a place called Gee's Bend in Alabama. And last time I had you guys draw a picture of yourself with somebody in your family, or maybe a friend, somebody older who was teaching you how to do something, just like the quilt makers in Gee's Bend, Alabama teach their children, and then they teach their children, and so on. So that's what we did last time. But today, you guys are going to design your own quilt. We're going to use paper, the paper from your yellow folder, and you can use crayons or markers or both. Okay, and you're going to need a pencil. All right, let's get started. First thing you need is a piece of white paper from this yellow folder. Make sure you get the printer paper. So you take one of those. I have one right here. Whoops, here it is. Okay, and what we're going to do is make a quilt that is symmetrical. So first thing, we're going to fold our paper in half this way. Sometimes I call it microwave, or I call it cheeseburger bun, okay? And then I'm going to fold it in half again. And then when I open it up, I have 4 sections of my quilt, and that's going to help me to make it symmetrical, the same on all the sides. So quilts are made up of fabric. So this is my scarf that I was wearing in the video a couple minutes ago. If I was going to make a real quilt, I would take fabric and I would cut it up into different set pieces and I would sew it together. So if I had a big quilt, you might see this green color several times on the quilt. Okay, so let's use our pencil and we're going to start out by drawing some shapes. So on my quilt, if I want, let's say, a circle, I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to put a circle here. If I want to be symmetrical, I have to do it on the other side. So here's my fold, a circle on this side. I do another circle on this side of the fold. But I have a fold here too. So this circle also has to happen on this side of the fold. And here's the other fold. It has to happen here too. This is symmetrical. This is called the line of symmetry here and here. I have 2 lines of symmetry. So whatever I do on one line of symmetry, I do to all the others, okay? Next, maybe I will do a triangle. And I'm going to put my triangle right on the line of symmetry. Triangles are already symmetrical, so the rest of the triangle will go over here. If I did a triangle there, I have to do one down here too. Here's where it gets a little tricky. The flat part of the triangle is really close to the circles. So when I do it down here, the flat part of the triangle is going to be close to these circles. And then it comes down like this. If something is symmetrical, I should be able to fold it in half and it will touch each other. It'll kiss, right? So the top of this triangle meets up with the top of that triangle, okay? And I should do it over here too. So I'm going to turn my paper. It's easier for me to draw when I'm like this. So the flat edge is close to the circles. Okay, maybe I want to do a square in this corner. Then I do it to all the other corners. Maybe I want to do a half circle at the tip of the triangle. Then I do it to all the other ones. Okay, maybe I want to do another line around that corner square. All right, this is very, very symmetrical. Everything on this side happens on that side. Everything on the top half happens on the bottom half. Yours is going to look different. Maybe instead of a circle, you want to do a square or a rectangle. Or, you know, if you like hearts, you could do hearts. And I'll put one on both sides of this triangle. And then I have to do it to all the triangle. So now I have hearts next to all the triangles, and my whole thing is symmetrical, and it's time to add color. So we want our colors to be symmetrical too. So if I make a pink heart, then what should happen? Whoops, I just dropped my camera. If I make a pink heart, then what? then all my hearts are pink, just like this. Now maybe I want to do some designs. Designs repeat. So I have a cup here that an artist made. It's really cool. What design is on this cup? There's lots of polka dots. It kind of reminds me of Legos, right? But this is a repeating design. The colors aren't really in a pattern, but the circles repeat over the whole mug. That's a design. So I think in my squares, I'm going to do a polka dot design like this. And if you use a marker that's a dark color like purple, blue, black, even green, as long as your marker is darker than your crayon, this trick is going to work. I colored with a dark purple marker, and then I can use a purple crayon or a lighter color crayon. I can go right on top of it and color in the background. And you know what? I'm really worried that I'm going to get crayon on my table, so I'm putting a scrap paper underneath. I'm going to be super, super careful not to ruin my table, especially because we're not in the art room, right? I think I want to outline this in purple too. So if I do it to one square in the corner, if I'm symmetrical, I have to do it to all of them. So I just finished adding all of my purple squares in the corner, plus a lot more. I did a stripes pattern with green. I did dark green and light green. I did this and this and this and this. I did lots of other stuff. I want to show you something. Sometimes it's hard to draw things perfectly symmetrical. Now, I'm an adult, so I think I made it look a little easier for me. You might have a little harder time with it, and it's okay if it's not perfect. For example, this triangle is almost touching this half circle. This triangle is really far away from this half circle. That's because I'm a human being and I'm not a machine, and it's okay if it's not perfect. Something else you can try to do with your artwork, remember how we learned about all of those lines in the name design project? Maybe I'll connect these two squares with a zigzag. So if I connect those, I'm going to connect these. Uh-oh. There's not as much room there, but that's okay. I have to do it to all of them because I'm being symmetrical. Whatever I do to one side of this line of symmetry, I have to do it to the other side. Okay? So I used crayons and markers, and I'm not done yet. I think I could add more color here. Everywhere you look on your picture, think, what else could I do? Maybe in between all of these triangles, I'll put a red dot. If I did it there, do I have to do it down here? Yes. And over here and over here? Yes, because we want to be symmetrical. All right, when I give you a grade for this project, let's see what our objectives are. So this is what I'm grading you on. Here are your goals, your objectives. You need to have symmetry, the same on both sides. I want you to be neat, no scribbling, and I want you to be creative. Don't copy me. Use your imagination. You might really love these spirals. Okay. You can copy these spirals, but maybe don't put them right in the circle. Or maybe don't put them right in the middle. Maybe put them somewhere else. Maybe don't make them orange, just like mine. Pick a new color. So you can borrow some of my ideas, but I want a lot of the ideas to be your own. Okay, I know that was a lot of explaining. Have fun. Please take a picture when you're done, and don't lose your paper. Stick it back in your yellow folder. If you are a kid who comes to school in person, bring it in and drop it off in the office. I would love to hang some of these up in the hallway. Have fun.